Okay, Shalom Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. All right, now today, I want to harp on these guys, as you see right here, the Ministries, and a point that they had made in the beginning of this, I guess they call it the exposition. And as you can see here, the topic is the black Hebrew Israelites, which were not black, were just Hebrew Israelites. Okay? But the guy right here in the blue shirt, he made a claim of how we believe, or why we believe that, Salaki, he made a claim that we believe that the African Americans are the descendants of the Israelites. You know, that's why they call us black Hebrew Israelites. All right, which the Israelites come in all colors. All right, but yes, we do believe that they originally, okay, well, Salaki, that they, that the scriptures describe them as being dark skinned. Okay, and it's funny how you have people that read the Bible, all right, or can quote scriptures, all right, yet they ridicule us for basically reading the Bible. That's why the scriptures say in Revelation 1. Let me see if I can grab it. Revelations 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth. Okay. So when you read, you understand that the one who they call Jesus Christ in the scriptures, which his name is not Jesus Christ, it's Yahweh Shai, is a dark-skinned man. Okay? There were many times in the scriptures that our people were mistaken for Egyptians, or how they even had to disguise themselves as Egyptians. All right? So, now I'm going to just get a few precepts in which over here in Great Millstone, that's more so of we call it a milk topic. But the scriptures say what? The foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men. So even though that's considered a milk topic, you have a lot of so-called Christians that don't even understand the milk. Okay? Let alone prophecy. They'll drown in prophecy, man. Take a look at vocab alone, for an example. Okay? So I'm going to get a few precepts, like I said, going to further prove how we understand and know, all right, that the Hebrew Israelites were they were of a darker skinned people. And not saying all of them were, like dark chocolate, but they were different shades. Okay? So, because there's no such thing as black Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites are, if you want to call them, they are black. Because if you say, like the apostles always get into, if you say that there are black Hebrew Israelites, then that means there must be white Hebrew Israelites. All right, trying to push the narrative of those Amalekites, those gutter rats, being real Israelites, man. Because they would just call them Jews. It's funny when they talk about them, they'll just call them Jews. But when you talk about us, we're black Hebrew Israelites. Like there's something wrong with us. Okay? So this is Exodus. Like I said, I'm gonna just get a few examples just to further prove how the Hebrew Israelites are of dark skin, man. Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh formed man of the dust of the ground. Because we all come from Adam, which the word Adam goes in the Hebrew word Adam, meaning of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Okay? So of the dust of the ground. We're going to get into that actually. Okay. Genesis 2. Okay, and that word is ipar. Ipar. And it means hence clay, earth, mud. The word slaki, the word dust in the Hebrew is ipar. Okay, hence clay, earth, mud, ashes, dust, earth, ground, mortar, powder, rubbish. Now, with that definition, we can go to Google now and just look, with the different colors of the dust of the ground. Okay. Let's see. Dirt. Simple Google search. This is beautiful. Soil. You know what? I'm gonna just look up some soil color is produced by the minerals present and by the organic matter content, which we made up of different minerals and stuff like that, vitamins and minerals. All right, yellow or red soil indicates the presence of oxidized ferric, iron oxides. Dark brown or black color in soil indicates that the soil has a high organic matter content. Wet soil will appear darker than dry soil. Now let's see, looking on. Okay, they don't really show any pictures on Wikipedia, so I seen okay, I guess this is good enough. Going into the different colors of the soils. Like you're in the top left hand corner, you got the dark brown. Then under that, you got the real dark brown. And it just ranges. It ranges from different colors, man. Okay, so the children of Adam, and even when you look, because all nations, like the scriptures say, how all nations come of Adam. Just grab that actually. And just 2nd Ezra 6 and 53. 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Putting a separation between the Israelites and the others that come of Adam. All right. And then, under Adam, then you have, you know, after the flood, which Noah and his three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, okay, which they were all dark-skinned men, and that's where all these nations come out of, man. Okay. But the chosen came out of Shem, okay, going into the Israelites, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, but that's just to prove that point of how even when of Adam, man, of those, it's like of the different people on the earth. You look at most people on the earth, besides the so-called white man, they're what, of dark skin, man, ranging from light skin, light brown, all the way to real dark brown, man. The Indians are really dark brown, man. The Africans are really dark brown, man. The Israelites are really dark brown. Those of the Middle East, man. You even have a lot of those in so-called Asia, they're dark brown, man. Alright, so we get another one. Genesis 42:1. And going into this story, this was when Jacob's kids sold their brother Joseph into slavery. So this is Genesis 42:1. Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, why do ye look one upon another? And he said, behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither, and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. Okay, so this is actually after they sold his brother into slavery. Verse 4, but Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren, for he said, lest peradventure mischief befall him. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine in the land was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and he it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed themselves before him with their face to the earth. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, whence come ye? And they said, from the land of Canaan, to buy food. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew him not. Okay, so that's the point, man. Joseph, all right, he was able to disguise himself amongst the Egyptians, man. Okay, he was able to disguise himself amongst the Egyptians, man, going to show you that Joseph was a dark-skinned man, as the Egyptians were dark-skinned. Okay. Another precept is these are just different precepts, like I said, that I've received when I first came into truth, man. Proving we call it the color topic, proving, all right, the color of the Israelites, the real Israelites. So this is Exodus 4:6. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, put thy hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. So his other flesh had to be dark skinned, man. All right, if his other skin had to be dark skin, all right. If the scripture just made a distinction of his hand being leprous, then his hand being his other flesh. Salaki, Lord willing, you understand me. Okay, but it's like I said, this goes to prove more proof that the Israelites were actually dark skinned. And I just thought about it too. You just think about it. It's common sense. If the Israelites come from the Middle East, all right, even nowadays you have the so-called Syrians, or the so-called Arabs, or the so-called Iranians. They're dark skinned people. The so-called you know what I'm saying? the so-called East Indians, they're all dark-skinned people, man. You know? So why would the Israelites in the scriptures look any differently? Okay? Even Moses himself, actually, he was known to be an Egyptian. You know, because Pharaoh basically, or Pharaoh's, I believe it was Pharaoh's daughter, took him in as her son. You know, but really he was Israelite from the tribe of Levi. Okay. Let's see if I can grab another one. Actually, we can get one on Yahushua. Because at this time, Herod sought to kill. It was prophecy that Herod would seek to kill Yahushua before he was born. So this is Matthew 2 and 13. And actually I started 12. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod. Now, if Yahushua, or people might call him, at this time, baby Jesus, if he was actually so-called a white boy, as they depict him to be, wouldn't he stand out like a sore thumb, and he would be easily spotted by Herod and his men that was looking for him? But nah, man, he was actually a dark-skinned guy. Okay? This is Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning the priesthood. Okay? So that's how we understand, and going into the actual Jeremiah 14 and 2, how Judah mourneth, the gates thereof language, they are black unto the ground. That word black is what? Kadar, which means dark skin. Okay, so you see how all that lines up, man? Okay. This is actually, you know what? We can keep going on Yahushua, man. Because the scriptures say right here in Revelations 1 and 13, and in the midst of 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, that's another name for Yahushua, or Jesus Christ as the world knows him, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if it were burnt in a furnace. So brass itself, all right, is a anywhere between like a darker or to a lighter shade of brown. Okay, like almost like a golden color. Okay, a darker golden rather. But then if it was burnt in the furnace, it had to be extra. Man, you burn anything, it's just black, man. Okay. So it says, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as flames of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if it were burnt in a furnace. All right, because at this time, John Revelator was looking down, he was kneeling down, man. And his voice as the sound of many waters. Okay. So the Israelites they were, and they still are, all right, dark skinned, And if they come of the earth, the chosen of the Lord, the Israelites, because the Lord is not dealing with everybody. Okay. Therefore, they will have to be different shades of brown, man. So you cannot, it wouldn't be accurate to call us black Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay, you just call us Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay. Trying to see if I can get one more before I end it out. Oh, we get Songs of Solomon. That's a clear cut right there. You can't get around that. You know, which they still try to somehow snake their way around this one. This is Songs of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. Which Solomon was the son of King David, which King David was also a Judite. You know, the scriptures say, well, he was the son of Jesse, the Judite. You know? Let me see. Let's prove my point. Son of Jesse. Okay. He was a Bethlehemite, you know, in Israel. You know, Bethlehem and Judah. Okay. So this is Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. All right. It says, I am black, but calmly, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Going to show you, all right, how there's a difference between the Israelites and the Egyptians. Because he said he's black, but calmly. That word calmly meaning handsome. All right. And there's actually, you know, as I read that, I think about, let me see, how the scriptures even say there's a difference between an Egyptian woman and a Hebrew woman. Exodus 1 and 19, and the midwife said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian woman, for they are lively, and are delivered ere the midwives in unto them. All right, so the Hebrew women are more lively, they're more, they got more spunk to them, they're more beautiful. Okay, you know, when you look in the book of the Apocrypha, you even had what was it? I believe it was Judith. She was so beautiful, she would stop wars, man. You know, and you look at the tribes, man, from Judah all the way down to Issachar. Man, there's some beautiful women. All right, and then you look at the Hamites, man. They just got big butts. That's it. But they got fucked up features, man. Their faces fucked up. All right, so this is Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. I am black, but calmly, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun have looked upon me. All right. So where do people go when they want to get a tan, when they want to get darker, when they want to get more browned? Okay. They go under the sun. They go to the beach, what, under the sun. Okay. So that's a clear cut. Going to show you how the Israelites were dark skinned. Okay. All right. Hey, so with that, you know, Lord willing, you are edified. Shalom to the elect, because those are the only ones that's going to receive this truth. Shalom.